Hey y'all, Jazz here, and welcome back or welcome to the channel. And if you're new here, hey, welcome. I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the family before you leave. So I'm here today to bring you just like a beginner friendly makeup and yap session, because I feel like everybody is in the era of where they're not too old and not too young to at least start perfecting their everyday makeup. And with me considering myself still in the beginner stages, I felt like there has to be somebody out here that's like me. So why not show y'all what I do as a beginner so y'all can learn and grow as I grow. And like, this is the finishing product, so this should let y'all know whether or not y'all want to go ahead and watch this video. So if you do, stay tuned because it's coming up for right now. Okay, so we are going to start with primer. My brows are already done, and I actually use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Toast and Espresso to carve out my brows. I've been doing this ever since high school, and I just like a crisp brow, but of course it's not gonna be like as soon as I get done. I am gonna like make them look more natural as soon as the whole situation is done. But to apply this, I did use my Morphe M165 brush, and it just looks like this. It's just like a angled brush. I absolutely love this. I don't even know if they make these brushes anymore or this style of brush anymore, but I'm happy I got it before they switched over. So I also use my Real Techniques brush. It is the Deluxe Crease brush, and it is RT 300, just to blend everything out. So up under here and around here, I just use this to blend everything out. So for primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip, and this is the hyaluronic acid one. Now, I am more of a matte person, but I've learned over time that, you know, the products that you use is what's going to help you achieve that look. So we're just going to blend this out with my fingers because I don't have time to be searching for the brush that I use, and I don't want to put primer on any other brush. I got a brush for that, but I don't know where it is right now. Okay, so that's already gripping. Okay, now that my primer is settled in, we're gonna go in with foundation. But instead of like a full coverage foundation, I'm more of a your skin but better person, and an affordable one would actually be the NYX Blur With Me Skin Tint, and I am actually in the shade 23, and that's Espresso. You can get this from any local drugstore, and Ulta, of course. Absolutely love Ulta. Just gonna use my finger to make it better. So dot, dot. I don't use a lot at all, and whatever is left, I just go up here on my forehead with it, but I don't use a lot. To blend all the foundation out, I use the OG Sonia Kashuk, and this is the top flat foundation brush. I get these from Target. I've had this one for a while now. It actually comes in like this shade. I absolutely love it. Now, she does have other like styles of brushes. It's just this, the gold one, I think was like the very first one that like I gravitated towards when I got into makeup, and I've just stuck with the gold since then. So see how that looks? Like my skin but better. And this is mattifying if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't use too many mattifying products, because you use too many mattifying products, you're going to be like clogging your pores, and I don't have time for that. So this is probably the only main thing that's going to be mattifying for me. Easy peasy. This is the base. So the next thing that we're going to focus on is concealer. For me, I really highlight here on my forehead and right on my chin. I'm trying to gravitate towards leaving the forehead and chin alone, because like if you can tell, I'm naturally like shiny right there. So anyway, I use the Sephora Best Skin Ever, and it is a full coverage multi-use concealer, and this is the shade 57Y. I absolutely love this because it's not mattifying, but it's also like not hydrating or anything like that either. It feels really, really good to me. It's a natural finish, that's why. I just put a dot here, right here. I'll go in right here, and I'll go in right here. Now I do let this sit for a little while because I want it to dry down. And y'all, they weren't lying when they said like when you let the concealer just sit and dry down for a little while, it really does blend out a lot better. So while this is still drying down, I'm actually gonna go in with my bronzer slash contour, and it is actually from Essence, and I got this from Ulta. It is the Essence Baby Got Bronze little bronzer slash contour sticks. Y'all may not be able to read it because it has definitely like worn off, but yeah. And it doesn't actually have the specific shade, but I know this is the darkest one, so I'll just make sure I link the correct one down in the comments below. I just go in with a little, this is like a no brand type of makeup brush. I just go in like this, and I go right in here. I know it's kind of harsh, but y'all, trust me, I'm not a professional at all, but I just do what works for me. So we go right in here, and because I don't use like eyeshadows like that, I go into my eye. Same over here. Just take the stick itself, and I'm gonna go up here on my forehead. I'm gonna do a little right here and a little right there. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to go ahead and blend the bronzer out. Well, now it's contour slash bronzer. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. And this is another Sonia Kashuk brush. This was like a, I think this is like from the bamboo set that she had, but this is a contour brush, and it's a flat top as well. So because I'm like a natural face type of person, I don't put a lot, but I do make sure like I blend it in as well to where you can see it, but it's more natural. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go up here on my forehead. Now I do sometimes repeat this process with the bronzer after I blend out my concealer. It just depends on how crazy I go with blending out the concealer. But for right now, this is the basics that I do. So that is the bronzer. I don't really go under here, because to me, this is the part I don't have down packed yet to make it myself look really, so I get a little scared. So I just use whatever is left on here, but then again, I don't go in with any extra because I don't know what I'm doing yet. That's the part I'm still working on. I'm gonna go in with my Real Technique brush. It is the Deluxe Crease Brush, and it is RT 300. Again, same thing I use for my brows. I'm going to use it to blend the concealer out. Now, what I have learned for me so far is that I really just need to blend right where I have the product at, and I don't need to go out. So this is how far I go. One of the things I do want to put on my bucket list or wish list for 2026 is taking a makeup class to really figure out what techniques work for my specific face. for my specific facial structure, because I feel like I have a round but flat face. And yes, I do my makeup good in my opinion, but I want to do it to where like it really enhances what I already am working with. I need to get that mirror to help me out. So I had to get my little Marshall's mirror so I can really pay attention to what I'm doing when it comes to under my eye. So like under my eye, I literally go right here and up. Now I did watch enough TikToks to know that like you don't take it down, you take it up. It's all about going up. So that's what we're going to do. We're gonna go up with it. Up with it. Now let's do the other side. And y'all see what I mean by like it's more full coverage and just together, because I let it sit. Like, look at that. Fabulous. Now for the forehead. Now for this, I do come like right in here with it, just to give myself like a little highlight on the nose area. But I don't take it out too far because, yeah, no. Just, no. And now I'm going to pick up my little brush I use for my contour and go back in with it. Right in there. To help make sure like it is all together the way I want it, I do go in with my Real Techniques little duo blender. You have like the sponge part and then you have like the powder puff part. So I go in with the sponge part first and I just make sure it is blended to my liking. And also because like when I get ready to go back in with a powder, everything blends together and it's not like, you can't tell that it's separate, you know. I take my bronzer slash contour brush and I go back over to make sure no harsh lines are left. I prefer to use my bronzer brush over the foundation brush because I like the look of the bronzer. And to me, the foundation brush is just gonna like add more foundation, and I don't really want that. So that's what we're looking like now. And I do go in here like this, and I do take it to my eye because like I said, I don't really use eyeshadow. I use like the bronzer and everything to give me a dimension on my eye. What do we think? Yay. When it comes to powders, I do a mixture of two different things, and I'm mainly doing a mixture because I don't necessarily have the perfect setting powder for me just yet, but hopefully I'll be getting it soon. But right now the little concoction that I'm making is working and I don't really want to drift away from it just yet. But for an affordable powder, I do use my Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder. This is a mattifying powder, and I am in the shade 360, which is Mocha. So it looks like this. Y'all know what the Maybelline looks like. And I do go under my eye with this. Now, I usually just go in with my beauty blender because, yeah, I mean, to me everything's the same. And I pat it on my hand and I'll go right in with it just to semi-set. Nothing too crazy. This over to the powder puff side, and for my actual setting powder, not only do I use this first as like a base, I have been using a concoction of One Size Beauty in Deep Dark and Fenty in Coffee. I've actually been mixing these together. Now they're not really affordable unless you're getting the travel sizes in both of them, but I do think these are like a good investment, because to me powders make a difference. Not all powders are the same, especially for dark skin. So what I've been doing is mixing these two, because this one is a little bit too light and this one is a little bit too dark. So a few pats to get a little bit of that out of there. I do the same for the Fenty. I dibble and dabble and put a little bit over here until I have like the perfect shade that I'm looking for, which is that right there. It's not too dark, not too light. And I'm going to take the puff side of my blender and I'm going to dab, go on the back of my hand and set. Now for me, I do leave my powder on for a while because I am an oily girl and I want everything to be set. I don't want to be creasing or anything as soon as I get my makeup done. So we're gonna put it everywhere that I put concealer, which is almost everywhere. We wait for a little while. Now that everything is set with the powders, what I go in and do now is something that is probably completely different than what has been taught. But I go in with my Juvia's Place powder blushes, and I do use a Real Techniques brush, and it is the RT203, and it is called the Rebel Edge Broad. I go in, not a lot, because Juvia's Place, as y'all already know, is very pigmented, and I don't really want a lot. I just want a little bit right there, and sometimes I go right here. Other than that, that's literally all I do for blush. Okay, now to finish the base off, I finish with the Sephora Micro Smooth Setting Powder in the shade Sienna. I just do a little dab and tap it off, and I go everywhere that I use some type of product. Literally everywhere. Just so everything will be set. I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used to do my eyebrows with. It is the e.l.f. Brow Lift applicator. It has a spoolie and then like a flat little spatula on the end, so it's dual ended. And I just go in and brush out my brows, because like I said, I like the crispiness, but not like that. So I need the beginning to at least look as natural as possible. And the first time I got this, I broke the spoolie off. I was so hurt. Oh my God. For the finishing sprays, I do have two options that are really great options in my opinion, especially because they both hit on what I'm looking for my full face to look like. So we have the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. Everybody knows about the L'Oreal. I do have a travel size. And then we have the Revolution Infinite. And this is a mattifying setting spray. So this reminds me of Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. And this reminds me just a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury. Not a lot. And both of these are under $10, which is great. So what I do first is I go in with the L'Oreal. It smells really, really good too. I love it. And then I go in with the Revolution. That one doesn't smell too bad either. And then what I do is just let them dry. Okay, so for the eyes, I do go in with the Maybelline Great Lash mascara. Y'all, this is like the very first mascara I ever had as a teenager, and I absolutely love it. And like, to me, it helps my lashes. I already have kind of like naturally long lashes, so this just gives me the did I mess up a little bit? This just gives me just a little bit extra volume at the base, and it just makes them look a little thicker. For it to be the price that it is at Walmart and everywhere else, it's amazing. So the last thing that I'm going to do is finish off with the lips. So when it comes to me and my lips, we have this love-hate relationship, because as you can tell, I have naturally dark lips, and it is very, very hard finding a lip liner to help me enhance what I already have and not look black. That way it doesn't look right with the lip glosses and stuff that I want to use. And I have a lot of lip glosses, okay? But recently, a few months ago, I saw that Morphe dropped some new lip pencils, and I got one because it was under $8. It is the Morphe Signature Lip Pencil, and it is in the shade Nightcap. And it is a pencil where you can like sharpen it. Like, this is the perfect lip liner to where it's not black, not ashy, and not too light. I absolutely love it. And I can go in with a light hand, and this is what I get. Absolutely love it. Cute, right? It's only $8. Outside of this one, I do have the Fenty Beauty in Cold Blooded, but lately I've only been gravitating towards this one because not only is it affordable and the shade is spot on for me, I absolutely love how it feels. So if you don't get nothing else from everything I use, go try out this line from Morphe. They did their big one with that. Now for glosses, I'm actually going to use my e.l.f. Glow Revival Melting Lip Balm in Vanilla Toffee. And y'all know they were raving about these because they're supposed to remind us of the, is it the Summer Fridays or the Laneige? One of them. But it is a little bright for me, but I'm going to show y'all how I dialed that down. I just put a little bit right here in the center. I don't know, that's actually just right. It must be the other one I'm thinking about. But see, I don't want my lips to like be dark, dark, dark. So I go in with this in the center. See, y'all, I can't tell y'all. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. Now for extra shine, I am going to top that off with my e.l.f. Glow Revival Lip Oil. And this is in, I don't know what shade this one is in. I think this is mauve because my hot cocoa one isn't open yet. But y'all know these are holy grails too. We'll just go right in there. Yeah. Okay, y'all, so this is the face completed. Y'all let me know how I did. Like, this is my first time confidently doing it, and feel like I actually did something. What was it? And then I feel like I look good without my glasses and with my glasses, because y'all know I'm part of the 4-Eye committee. Period. Do people still say period? But that's gonna be it, y'all. So everything that I use as far as products and tools will be linked below in the description box for y'all to go ahead and check them out for y'allself. And like I said, if y'all don't get anything else, you at least gotta try the lip pencils, okay? I'm just saying. But every single thing that I did use today is going to be linked in the description box below, so you can easily find it. And I mean, with it still being like towards the end of the year and holiday time, y'all might catch some sales on it, which is going to be even better, okay? I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I wanted it to be beginner friendly oriented, because I feel like I'm still a beginner when it comes to this whole makeup thing. There's no right or wrong way to do things, but I do feel like practice makes perfect when it comes to using certain products. And I do feel like I'm on the verge of perfecting like an everyday face at least. So if y'all like what y'all saw, make sure y'all give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know in the comments about what y'all think. Let me know about the face, or let me know about some products, especially if I'm using some products that y'all use, or using some products that y'all are interested in using. Like, other than that, here's the face again. Ting. Yay. And I'll see y'all later. Peace. Like, let me put the glasses on to see how I look. Yeah.